It's a surreal experience, and I'm enjoying every step of the way. We're very excited to have a brand where we're showcasing what Africa has to offer.
It all began with a trip Kwame Asari took to Ghana with his dad in 2019. As they flew the friendly sky, his dad encouraged him to start a family business. The answer came to Kwame as he re-immersed himself in his native Ghanaian culture for the first time in 22 years.
It's a shower thought, and we all have it, right?
A flavorful recipe, rooted in the family tree, branched off into a family business.
So the word shito itself, in Ghana, in one of the many languages, it means pepper. It also is the name for the actual sauce itself. So the O that I put in front of it is just me being silly, shower thought, hot sauce brand, it works perfectly.
Over the course of 3 years, Asari perfected the product in his family kitchen. He got the sauce into the hands of new customers with the help of the New Haven-based Sanctuary Kitchen by City Seed and a bit of help from a Winstead entrepreneur.
So in 2021, through City Seed, we joined the farmers market and we started selling our product there. And that's where we kind of just built this community around it.
Asari says word of mouth is helping the brand remain strong.
And even now, I was actually going to the Peabody Museum with my kids the other day, and someone stopped me and said, "Hey, you're Kwame, right? Like, you make the hot sauce." And like, just those interactions, they mean so much to me because they're seeing my culture through me, and it means the world to me.
Several members of the Asari family have been instrumental to its rise in popularity, and as they concoct an action plan for the brand's future, they are honoring the man who inspired Kwame to start his business.
My dad is my biggest role model in life. Sadly, lost him last month. But throughout this whole process, he's been my biggest advisor through it. So his legacy is one that I definitely want to continue. Through this brand, I just want to make sure that everyone understands the beauty of Ghanaian culture, the love that we have for each other. And if we're able to exemplify that well, which I think we're doing a decent job so far, we'll definitely make him proud.
If you're watching this and feel inspired to get your idea off the ground, Kwame has this message.
If you have an idea, you should absolutely go for it. Not everything costs $1 million to launch. You are smart enough to be very scrappy and just give it a shot. So please, exercise your idea.
Symphonie Privett, Fox 61.
Let's be real, money's pretty tight for a lot of folks right now, so we are gonna help you put together breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the school week, all under 50 bucks. We teamed up with registered dietitian Toby Amador. She hooked us up with a shopping list, so let's go check it out. Now, because we are on a tight budget, we will be repeating some meals. Here's a quick look at the menu. First up, let's do breakfast. We're gonna grab a couple of bananas. Okay, cereal's on fire. All right, we are on the hunt for frosted mini wheats. Here we go. Let's see. I used to love these. I wouldn't mind cracking open a box of frosted mini wheats.
One last stop for our breakfast meals, milk. All right, let's move on to lunch now. On the menu, an egg salad sandwich with spinach and tomatoes, some baby carrots.
And for a little sweet treat, let's grab a pineapple. So the good thing about this list is we are going to be reusing some of the same ingredients we've already gathered. So let's build upon some of the stuff we already have to complete our dinner list. Here is the chicken for our chicken parm.
Obviously, we're going to need some cheese and pasta, and
Can't have chicken parm without the tomato sauce. Okay, so for dessert, you're like me, you need a little something sweet. So we'll just take a little bite off of this dark chocolate bar at the end of the night. All right, that wraps up our list. We have everything we need for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So let's head to the register. And I think we did a pretty awesome job. We are under budget, coming in at $44.96. So we still have a few dollars to spare. Now, you want to make sure you stay with us. Coming up next, Registered dietitian Toby Amador is going to join us in the Fox 61 kitchen. She is going to whip up the items we shop for and show you how you can make this $50 budget stretch. Stay with us.
The adrenaline, it carries you through. I've never experienced a crowd with that much energy and excitement. Wow, like I'm an Olympic champion, you know?
We are off to the races. From Connecticut to Paris, Hamden native Alexis Holmes spent her youth pounding the pavement and perfecting her craft, leading to an all-star victory at the Paris Olympics.
I caught up with the Hamden native to discuss how she prepared to hit the ground running on the Olympic stage. Holmes is dedicated to sharing her workouts on Instagram, and bringing her training to the Paris Games was a beast. She was ready to tackle.
I try to take things day by day. As track athletes, we have a very, very long season. We started training November of last year to get ready for this meet. So it's really important to just take things day by day. You don't want to think too far ahead. I just try to be the best version of me every day so that I can show up as the best version of me on the day that it counts.
And on August 10th, Holmes, the anchor leg of Team USA, made every second count during the women's 4x400 meter final.
I felt really confident with the group of girls that we had out there, and you know, we made it very clear before we went out there that we had each other's backs and we're like, okay, we're gonna get the job done, like we can do this. So once the race started and I saw like the lead slowly increasing, I was like, oh yeah, like we got this, like we're good.
To put the race into perspective, the 4x400 is just under a mile. That's almost like walking from Capitol Ice Cream to the Excel Center.
While talking with Alexis, I learned that her talent on the track runs in her bloodline. She followed in her mom's footsteps.
Dawn Stanton graduated from Southern Connecticut State University back in 1990. She was a four-time all-around American member of the women's indoor and outdoor track and field squads. She held records in the triple jump, long jump, 100, and 200 meter. But even though blazing the track runs in her DNA, Alexis is an athlete of many talents. The local Olympian played basketball in high school. It wasn't until her junior year that she decided to get back on track. But her decision to return to the race came with some opposition.
Everybody was kind of like putting their doubts and fears on me because I was giving up my basketball scholarships to switch back to track, kind of being unsure of where it would take me. And, it took a belief in myself and a belief in my capabilities for me to be like, no, like, I know I can do this,
And her experience with naysayers gave her the fire to chase her goals unapologetically. Holmes taking that lesson and sharing it with young aspiring athletes.
Don't internalize what other people think about you, just believe in you.
As far as Holmes' sports role models,
definitely Allison Felix. She was the main woman that I looked up to as a little girl because she was very dominant in the 200 and 400. And I also really love Cyan Richards-Ross too. Like, she was a beast in the 400.
And when it comes to bringing beauty to the sport, the late FloJo is a big inspiration.
Her nail game. That was just one part of your outfit.
I've always been super girly, like nails, hair, lashes, the whole nine. So it's become a part of almost like the performative aspect of like, you just want to like feel good and feel confident. So yeah, I think FloJo definitely like, she sparked that whole beauty trend in track. And so I love her for that because that's my type of girl.
So what's next for Alexis? Hamden's champ is looking to earn more hardware.
We need a gold in the World Championships and a gold at the Olympics. That would be like the pinnacle of track for me.
Now Alexis is booked and busy. On September 26th, she will be one of 36 women athletes running in the Athlos She Runs NYC event. Now she's also prepping for the Wanda Diamond League competition overseas. And as always, Connecticut will continue to cheer her on. In Hamden, Symphonie Privett, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
I can Why are we letting our kids walk around like they're 30 years old?
Gone are the days of getting beauty tips from magazines.
Yeah, Gen Alpha has the world in the palm of their hands, and social media may have opened skincare's Pandora's box. The trend Sephora Kids has swirled around online for months. It describes preteens who were captivated by skincare.
Yeah, they tend to ransack beauty store samples or treat the products more like collectibles. But when these tweens try out these products that are trending, it leads to the skin conscious facing major skin consequences.
And I always tell my patients, if you can't pronounce it, don't buy it.
I spoke to Nadine Karen, an advanced practice registered nurse at Skin Medical and Wellness in South Windsor, about the dangers of young girls using skincare products meant for adults.
So there are a lot of fillers in those products, and some of them are known carcinogenics, so that's an issue. And some of them are meant to resurface the skin.
You've likely heard of these resurfacing agents: retinol, glycolic acid, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, AHAs, BHAs. The skincare alphabet soup seems endless, but the bottom line is, young skin doesn't need it.
When you add these things to your skin, it breaks down the barrier, and it could actually be doing the opposite of what they intend to do. They have cellular renewal that we don't have at 40, 50. So we're trying to replace some of the moisture that's been lost in our skin at 35 plus. They don't need that. They have plenty of moisture in their skin.
Skin damage from these products can cause redness and small bumps on the skin. Even pimple patches can be risky for young skin. A lot of preteens are using these sticker-like patches even though their skin is pimple-free. According to the American Chemical Society, pimple patches are primarily made of hydrocolloid, which generally does nothing to acne-free skin. However, they can sometimes cause mild irritation due to the adhesive if applied to areas without active acne. Popular brands like Bubble and Drunk Elephant made posts about chemical warnings in their products. On November 16th, Drunk Elephant issued a voluntary recall for 3 of its products due to an ingredient mix-up during production. Earlier this year, brands like The Ordinary and Kiehl's created campaigns calling out the dangers of kids diving into intense skincare too soon. Their mission is to remind kids and teens to enjoy their youth. Teens like Madison Smith, who finds joy in using the beauty products she and her friends see on TikTok. It wasn't until she had a skin scare at her sleepover birthday party that her perspective changed.
Well, first it was like this scrub, and I started using it, and I didn't feel anything. So I thought that I was okay with using it until I used like the face mask, and it started burning like here and like here. And then I took it off, and it was like a big red spot right here.
How soon did you notice the burn developing?
Maybe about like 10 minutes after the application. She was the only one that started getting a reaction. Her skin is super sensitive.
Madison's mom, Maxine Smith, is a salon owner and hairstylist. She surrounds herself with beauty and prides herself on making others feel beautiful. As soon as she saw her daughter having a bad reaction to the mask that seemed harmless, she knew something had to change.
Lashes, hair, makeup, nails, it's a lot. And then like social media does not help, you know? They see all these influencers and celebrities and they want to follow that. I am always soap water, Vaseline, cocoa butter, the basics. All this extra stuff the kids have now. I'm not okay with it, but you know, that's what they like.
Nurse Nadine Karen echoes the idea that when it comes to skincare, basic is better.
CeraVe, those are good products. And a gentle moisturizer. So Nivea cream is fantastic. CeraVe, Cetaphil, just the basic. Doesn't need color. It doesn't need any of the extra ingredients in it. Doesn't need perfumes, just basic.